Hello, welcome. Jaguar X Type 2-liter diesel starter motor replacement. So there's I believe it's a Ford engine. First, take the battery tray off, undo the negative battery cable, put it on the side. Then take the air filter box out of the way. To do that, unclip it. Use a plier to squeeze the clip. Now disconnect the MAF sensor cable. Press that, disconnect it. Pull it off the way, and then pull it, and then lift it up. Comes up. Then you'll see the starter motor around here. I've already taken it off. You'll see the starter motor around here. From the top, you could use a 30mm ratchet to get to the power cable. It's got a boot on it, so you move the rubber boot off it. When I'm installing it, I'll show you. Remove the rubber boot on it off, and then you get access to the rubber. So you get access to the power cable. It's a 30mm. You have to put it in, squeeze it in around here. Then you can put one of your hands onto the nut. Put one of your hands in like that, and then you can put one of your hands like that. Hold the spanner whilst you unbreak the ratchet. Get enough room here. You see that? There's enough room to get the spanner in here. So you undo that 30mm bolt. You could probably then put your hand in, and then run and take the nut off from the top as well. I use this tool. This is a long 3/8 bar with a short extension, and with a 30mm on the top. Put it in through this way. Then I could get to the 30mm of the top bolt. You have to feel for it. You have to feel for it. That's the bolt there. You have to feel for it. Once you could put one of your hands in there, feel the top bit, put the 30mm in, undo it, and then you could remove it by hand once it's loose enough. After that, you have to lift the vehicle. Okay, now we're at the bottom. I use a tool like this 3/8, a long 3/8, sorry, a long quarter, slightly long quarter drive ratchet with a 10mm socket. So I went from here. You will see the starter. You will see, yeah, somewhere here. You get to right here. You can see the cable. Let me see if I can show you the cable. Yeah, that's the ignition switch cable. You can see it there. So that's where the area is gonna be. So you put the socket there. Get onto the 10mm and do it. But this cable is going to be on the way, so you're going to have to pull the cable down to be able to have a leverage, like as in this way. You see that? Put it on the nut and do it. Then use your hand to unrun it. Then last 30mm bolt on the bottom. That one is easy, you can see it. Undo that on the starter motor, and then you have to get the master starter motor throughout this space. It looks awkward, but you can get it out. I'm going to put it in, and then I'll show you how I put it in and all that. So when you put it in, you have to push this hose is going to be on the way. This radiator hose is going to be like somewhere here, like somewhere there, and then I'll push it. I have to just push it out of the way. Now I'm going to put the starter motor on, and I'll get back to you. New starter motor from Car Parts. Cheap enough. I got it for 60 quid trade. It's a Remy one. I didn't want to use the RTX one. RTX one is not good quality. I haven't got a camera stand, so I'll put the. I haven't got a camera stand, so this way the starter motor is gonna go. It goes through this hole, so you can see through there, and then push it somewhere in there. It's gonna be a bit wobbly, the camera. Sorry about that. I haven't got a camera stand. I'll invest it in the future. As you can see, I'm getting in slowly. as you can see, I've got the starter motor where it belongs by getting it through this space. It's awkward, but as I've done it, you can do it. Now align it onto the grooves. You see that groove? Align it on there, and then I'll take you step by step. I'll put everything back together so you'll have an idea. Okay, now starter motor bottom one is kind of aligned, so I'm going to put the bottom bolt on, lift the ramp up, put the other bolt, I'll put it on loosely. Put the bottom bolt in loosely, then do the top one loosely, then I could tighten it back in a second. Yeah, I've put this 30mm bolt on loosely, and I've moved the starter motor. I made sure the top groove is also on. I'm moving it, it doesn't come off. So just tighten this almost all the way in, then put the top bolt in all the way as well. I'm gonna try and put the other bolt in from the bottom. So that's the other bolt. If you look at it, once you could fill the hole, put it in. I just don't want to keep lifting the ramp up and down. Just do everything I can from the bottom. Yeah, that's the bolt in. So I'm tightening it with my hand first. Make sure it's threaded nice, good. So I'm gonna tighten it from the bottom, and then I put the power cables on, and we'll take it from there. With a tool, a long 3/8 flexi head ratchet. You see a flexi head ratchet. It's a bit at an angle. That's where the bolt is. Put it on there, tighten it. It's tightened now. I'm gonna tighten the bottom one, and then that's it. Now I'm trying to now the other power cable is on. Best to use a 30mm flexi head ratchet. That's what I'm using to tighten it up. And that's it. That's the job done. So all you have to do now is put the undercover back on. I forgot to say you have to take the undercover back on, and then put everything back on top, and then that's it. So, and don't forget to put the grommet back on. There's a rubber grommet that goes on the power cables. Don't forget to slide it back on. As you can see, I'll show you where my hand is. Rubber grommet that protects the positive and positive cables. Now put the air filter thing back on. This is how it goes. Make sure they go in the holes for cold air. See, it's back on. Put this clip on. On, put the clip back on. Make sure, and then plug the wires back on. That's the key. Put the negative battery cable on, tighten the up, and put the battery cover back on. Engine cover back on. When you're taking the engine cover first, you have to take the dipstick off. when you take the engine cover off. Yeah. And then now engine cover is back on, dipstick back in. Dipstick back in. Try it up. As you see, car started up. Try again. That's the car started up, so the job was a success.